Look at that. Flawless. No Greenspan. No technical difficulties.
0.
Done. We got it.
The problems come when he's here.
Can't find your YouTube login?
No.
Okay. I can log back into my.
I don't remember my password. Account recovery.
We did it.
Right.
Yep. Flawless. I had time to spare here too. Had it all figured out. What's up, everyone? Damian, thank you for coming.
Yeah, we're here. We barely made it.
I don't know how many people got invited to play Paris, but I think it was a little bit difficult to get out there. So I'm okay with not going because I did a 7-year stretch marathon of going out there. So I'm good.
7 years?
7 years.
That was
MO Kings.
What is it? The Golden Knights or something like that?
We just did one, the Golden State Kings.
That was a sick team. You guys had that was like a...
Well, we did the last year, won the series, won the final one. And then after that, they said only one pro per team. Only one U.S. pro per team.
Oh, yeah, they did change that.
So they said you can't do that anymore.
Well, now they allow more, right?
No, it's just one U.S. pro per team. Well, if you're on an active roster playing in the U.S., you can't play. So makes it a little bit difficult. You gotta mute that.
Turn this down.
Just mute it.
Oh.
No, that works. Yeah, that team was unfair. But yeah, I played with a couple Russian teams first, and then Freestyle Moscow, which was me, Fedorov, Mishka, Malloy, and Sergey, which was another sick team.
What was that? Who was that with?
It was me, Mishka, Fedorov, Malloy, and Sergey.
What was the team name?
Art Chaos.
Oh, you played with them?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't even know
For
that.
the year before they came to the U.S.
That was 2014 when they came to the U.S.
Yeah.
I remember that. They were dominating.
Yeah. And Dalton and I almost went to the team in the U.S., but we decided to stay with Dynasty. Yeah.
Damn. I'm surprised Dalton didn't go.
Yeah.
Look at him now.
J Tuck, those bands should be done probably within and out to you within 10 days, 2 weeks. So I did a pre-sale. That's why the prices were a little bit lower. And then just to kind of see how many we wanted to bulk order. And then so you got that discounted price, and then they're going to go back to full price, which also reminds me that is going to end tonight at midnight. So if anybody out there liked any of those bands, that price is going to go back up after tonight.
Did you get invited to go play Paris?
No. I think you were typing in your password when I just went over that.
Oh.
When I said I went there for 7 years.
Yeah, I know, but you don't care
That's
about
how that conversation started.
You don't care about going back anymore?
I would, but I'm busy here, so like that takes up.
Here.
Well, I did. A team asked me at the beginning of the year, and I said I want $1,700, which is a lot to go. But that's what I like quantified.
I think people charge you more.
No, I don't. Maybe some. Yeah, I think that.
Or Marcelo's got to be making a killing.
Well, Marcelo, maybe. I talked to Mikey though, who plays with attrition. He doesn't get anything. Yeah. So, but I think for people that, especially newer pros that haven't went over there, like that's something you should do.
Dude, it is crazy the difference in the game from over there it is here in the U.S.
Yeah.
I went over there and I was like, I don't know if we even talked about this. Like everything is so like dominant heavy. Like I would get in a bunker and I'd be like, oh, somebody's watching this next gap. But dude, it's not like that. Everybody's just like trying to battle their way up and just running on the field. It's like such a different game.
Chaotic. I talked to Mikey actually because Mikey came out and practiced with us with Diesel 2 weekends ago because we played the layout and he played. It was kind of like Team USA prep, and so him and Mouse played a bunch together. But Mikey, was also. I asked him, was like, is there a coach? Are you helping a lot? And he's like, the first event I kind of was like, not, and then I realized I had to give more input. So I think that helps develop players' minds as well to see like the whole picture and put all the pieces together.
For sure.
Not just your role, especially as like a newer pro.
Well, why do you think Europe teams are? I feel like that's kind of like the stereotypical thing, and like the stigma is like Europe teams and players are significantly less not experienced, but skilled in paintball versus U.S.? I'm sure this has probably been talked about, but.
Well, I mean, I think there's a couple of sports that are that, like.
But why is
soccer is like U.S. does not dominate that. American like tackle football, we dominate that.
Well, it's an American game.
Yeah, but it's played other places. And then there's players that travel, like basketball. We usually dominate that, but a lot of players come from other... And basketball is definitely elevating in some of those other countries. But, yeah, I think that... yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it's like where it originated, maybe?
You think so?
That could have something to do with it. I don't know. You guys could give us your input here, too, as well.
Or like how the game is taught.
Yeah, maybe how the game is taught.
I think that plays a big part.
Yeah,
it's like
that could be it.
How people teach. Like it's literally like what I just brought up when I got here.
Oh
about,
yeah,
like, perception and like about a game, like about the game. It's like what do you like? How are you taught? And like what are you taught? And all those things that you are taught, it's like you really don't build anything outside of that. You're just building on that one specific thing.
Totally.
So it's like, is the game really that much? Is there much more to the game, and is there other ways to see the game and develop, or is it just there's this one way? I don't know. I mean,
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, we have a good topic too to dive into here in a little bit. Could also maybe you could text Alex and see if he wants to jump on here. I'll send him the Zoom link. Just to go over to, obviously we got to thank our sponsors, Pate Smith Law, Gen X Global, BFP Gear, GI Sports, JT, and the boys over at NECTR. I got some things here that I want to show. Obviously, we got some giveaways too at the end. I know the big ones we got from BFP Gear, which I also have a question from them for you in a little bit.
Oh, God.
A good question. It's not. It's a good question. Got these over there, and then also they are running a 10% off special for Infamous Pro DNA. So that's bfpgear.com for 24 hours. Ends at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, and you have to use the show discount Spicka Span 206, which I will write in here. Where is it?
I do got to do a giveaway.
You have to do a giveaway?
Yeah.
You give away a car, maybe?
A car?
Yeah, like your Tesla?
Well, I'm not going to give away a car.
What were you thinking?
Well, drills this weekend in San Diego, you're probably going to have to count me out because it's Memorial Day weekend. If you know what I'm saying.
I'm not sure if it's wrote like this.
Alex said okay.
Guys, let me see. I was sent... Junior sent it to me like this. Let me just, I'll give you guys both. It's one of those two. The A is capitalized and the S is capitalized on the second one. So
it's Labor Day weekend.
One of those two. I assume maybe just the first S is capitalized, but check it out. And then we have some giveaways too at the end. Another $25 gift card from them at the end of the show. And you have to be a member to get that. I have the wheel for the mega members. I don't know where the wheel is on here. That's Orion Logistics for all the general members. So at the end of the show, we're going to be maybe doing some trivia and also just picking some names if your name's in green, which means you're a member of the show, a supporting member. So you can think about what you want to give away. Also, we got, don't forget, Gen X is running a Chicago pod deal where you get 50 pods as well as a big bag, which is great for even your dirty clothes to throw in there. And that's 50 pods for $139. So head over to genxsports.com if you want to check that out. Oh, dude, you guys are going to like this. Next week, we have a really big show. I think that's next week. September 3rd. Is that next week?
September 3rd?
Yes, next week, September 3rd.
That's the weekend before
we got
layout.
Billy Saransky on, first-time guest, one of the head honchos in the industry, so that'll be good. I think he'll have some insightful stuff to say. You don't know who that is, huh?
I know the name, but
Okay.
hey, dude, I started playing him in
It's all right.
2017.
It's all right. You'll know this person though, and Oliver will also be on the show.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Who are you guys
Oh
practicing?
yeah, someone said you should give away your pistol.
Well, I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that, bro. Sorry. Wait, who are you guys practicing?
Oh, we can do drills at Giant in San Diego during the week.
I'm gonna do drills on. Apparently, it's Labor Day weekend, not Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah.
Just in case you need
Let me
it.
get that puppy.
Yeah. You can be on that job.
Let me get that puppy. No, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm down to do. I rarely ever do drills, if you want me to be honest. I don't know. I think it's very useful. It can better your game in a lot of ways, but for me, it's just how do I say this? Dissecting things is what kind of like stimulates me to like and satisfies me in the game.
Well, like the logic.
Yeah, it's like breaking things down. And if you want me to be honest, like there's a lot of times like I struggle with this is after games, like during the game, like I know what I'm doing, but after the game, I struggle a little bit to understand what I did, but it's easy for me to verbalize what I did, if that makes sense. Like it naturally.
You have to reframe it. I think.
Yes.
No, what you said, you have to reframe it to help me understand.
I guess that is kind of contradicting. I think like naturally, it's easy for me to verbalize my actions, but for me, it's hard to understand. How do I say this? Like.
Like deeply like understand it. Like you can talk about it, but
yes, I can say what I did, and I can tell you.
But you don't know why.
But I can't really recall back to that specific moment what made me do that decision. It's like a lot of the decisions I make are just based off intuition and feel.
Well, yeah, I think that's a lot.
Is it though? But like,
yeah, is
that how the game should be played though?
And also, thanks.
Hey, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. I appreciate
Relax,
it.
bro.
1391. Thank you, Nick.
Why 1391?
He likes doing random ones. That's his thing.
I just thought that was my IQ level. Reason.
No.
My IQ, 1,391.
Oh, it could be 139, which I think is pretty high. Really smart
I think that's genius.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
I think genius is like one.
I thought it's 160.
Oh.
Could be wrong. So, I forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, it's not. I think that your intuition and instincts on what you carry out on the field, the decisions you make, is not just like, it's also built on your experience. It's like where they say like, a lot of people think that successful people have just like overnight success or they fall into something, but it's actually like years and years and years and years and years of hard work and like understanding many different industries and psychology and just actual logic, and then all the pieces kind of fall into place because you stumble on something that you have the tools to carry out. So I think like part of that too is like all your experience is cataloged into this like mini Rolodex in your brain that when you're faced with a decision, you're able to recall, like recollect it and kind of like take all that compressed data that you've had through all your experience and years of playing and thousands of hours and make that decision. So that also I think comes into play and influences, adds on and bolsters your intuition and your instincts and the decisions that you make. If that makes sense.
Do you feel playing with like anger? Do you play better?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like when people overshoot me, I'm like, all right, turn on.
Really? Okay. What if you have like something going on in like your personal life, and do you feel like it's a release, or do you feel like it adds?
That depends, because I think we've talked about this too. But both of you, I think, are like very passionate individuals and can be like maybe make some decisions emotionally, whereas like Orion Greenspan is very like calculated and logical. And I think he's pretty like even keel with that. But I know I've had times where it's like I'm going through stuff with like a bad girlfriend or like a breakup or something. But I've had times where, you know, after it ends, or maybe I like go through like a breakup or something, and then I play phenomenal after that. But then times where I'm like maybe in a new relationship and it's comfortable and I feel comfortable in my life and like, oh, things are easy right now, I play worse because I'm like, maybe you just,
There's nothing.
Yeah. I've had that happen to me. Like I remember I went through some phases like that on Dynasty, which is interesting. Should I send Alex this link?
He said he's in.
Okay, cool. I think Alex would like to chime in on this conversation. Let's see here. Get Alex on here. Hopefully that works. P number 1, yes, correct. I really need to rig electricity, that door handle, so we can get him one time. Damian, I thought you were going to pepper spray yourself today. Maybe we could get him to do that. All right. Well, get Alex in here. Yeah, he is already peeing. Participants. Oh, Alex, there we go. Let's get his space arm on here. What up? Yeah, we're good.
Hold on a second.
Happened.
Yeah, our NECTR projector. Oh no.
Just broke up with the Ariana. Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Tell Ariana to kick rocks.
Ariana Grande?
That's my first thought, and I was like, well, maybe you messed up, but.
Ariana Grande. Yeah, I'm just working on the magazine with Philip. He's right here.
Yo. Oh, hey, what up?
And
Yeah.
I will say, every picture of Stephen O'Mara, he's like annihilated in paintballs.
Really?
Dude, I've realized that.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, Stephen, bro.
Well, he does get shot a lot when he gets shot.
Why is that?
I don't know if just people just hate. I mean,
Hey, it's not your problem anymore, bro. You're not on the Iron Man.
hey, that's what I'm saying.
Not your
I drink
problem.
to that.
anymore, bro. Drink to that. Drink a Red Bull to that. Okay.
I haven't had an energy drink in forever. Dude, what up?
What up, what up? What up, what up, what up?
Weren't you guys just at practice?
Oh, yeah. I've been sleeping in the back to tank for the past 48 hours. I got shot in the dick, though. It was bad, bro.
Is it still there, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Is it working?
I don't know. I haven't checked in about 6 weeks.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
Why can't I make this thing bigger
Yeah.
here?
I guess that's what happens when you get married.
I'm part of a group called Low T for Kamal. Men with Low T for Kamalo.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I saw that on a meme.
This guy. Wait, what is this?
Whoa.
Oh, sick.
What's up with you, bro? Miss you.
Dude, I know. It's been a while. I'm doing good, man. Just working a lot. I don't even have time to. I've been coming over, like twice a month.
Let me
To
live, bro.
where I
You know what I'm
used to-
saying?
Coming
Never
over
let me live
where?
anymore.
To see you guys, dude.
Oh, to here?
Yeah, before I got into this job, we were like hanging out like, I don't know, twice a week. Now I don't have time for anything. I wake up at like 3:45 in the morning, and then I get home and it's just like it's over. And I'm going to the gym, trying to put on some size. I don't want to look like Kyle.
Thighs?
Size, baby. I'm trying to get big.
Dude, you guys are something
He's
else.
doing a new thing where he does. He said he's sore because he's doing 1 push-up, 1 dip, and 1 pull-up per day.
All right, it's not like
pull
that
up, 1 dip, and 1 push up.
Yeah.
It's like the 60-day challenge.
All right, wait.
Philip, where are those Durula pictures? Are they in the Atlantic City gallery? I don't see them.
Yeah, they're Atlantic City.
Trying to make Alex's screen bigger.
Alex, I have a question. Like, it's actually a serious question.
I'm a serious guy.
All right. Okay, relax. Actually, a serious question. So, and this can stem into like many other things, but I like quickly brought it up earlier. But do you think what makes great paintball players great is the way they perceive the game, or do you think paintball is it's just one way to be played, but they're just the best in that one way? That makes sense.
So here's what I think. I think what makes a great paintball player is number one, the dedication to make paintball your identity. So like you have to have a commitment to realize that you're not good for a long time. And you're definitely not great for a really long time. A really good example I want to give is Arturo. So like he was on Aftermath and he was kind of like raw, really aggressive. Like when we played against Aftermath in practice, like he would have like really bright moments and like, you know, snap shoot a guy or bunker a guy. And like the raw ability was there, right? I would actually put you in that category too. Like you've got the, you know, there's a part that you can't teach, and that's sort of like you got to have the fuck you and the aggressiveness and that sort of, you know, fearless attitude, right?
Yeah.
But then we picked Arturo up, and there was like struggles for years and years, but we stuck with it, right? And it was like, you know, he wasn't reliable, and he made a lot of mental errors. He was difficult to communicate with on the field. He got too excited in certain moments. But then all of a sudden, after he was on the team for about 4 years, like there was like it was almost like an overnight like change. And I think it just it has to do with just sticking with it with a certain amount of time and having the humility to understand that, you know, what you did may have been wrong, and listen to other people, right? Like I go through that even now, right? Because the game is changing, right? The game isn't played now like it was 5 years ago. Like even like 7 years ago. 7 years ago, if you lost 2 guys and you had 3 guys left and it was 3-on-5, the 3 guys would typically try to like hold out and like wait for the other team to make a mistake and zone up and like watch the zones and like still try to pull that point back in that way. And now that's not the way you play it. Now the way you play it is you go down 3-on-5, you try to find somewhere on the field that you maybe even or have some type of advantage, and you try to press that advantage and get it over with quickly. At least that's what the good teams do, right? Try to, like the perfect match will be one where your coach never has to blow the towel, right? Until all the guys are dead. So like, you know, you don't want to put Skinny in a situation where he's out in the pit, like, okay, what are these guys going to do? Okay, we're losing by a point. There's 2 minutes left. It's 4-on-3. Like, you know, we're down a body, which, you know, like it's up to the guys in the field to kind of be the coach in that situation.
Yeah.
And Arturo is kind of really, he understands the flow of the game in a way that he didn't at all when we first picked him up, and not even for the first few years. That's because he truly cares. He wants to do it. It's part of his identity. I mean, the guy owns a paintball field down in Mexico. He loves playing. Paintball is his life, right? And, you know, we shit on him for years and years, right? Like, dude, Marcelo, grind him. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, you were there for some of that, and you were on the end of that too a lot of the time,
100%.
you know. And then all of a sudden, like, there's just like now he's superior to me in a lot of ways. Like this weekend in practice, he's like, "Yo, Alex, you should have done this. This was the situation." I'm like, "You know what? You're right." You know, now I'm taking advice from him.
Yeah.
Mike, you're in a similar situation, right? Like he has been doing it for so freaking long, right? And when he came to Dynasty, like he was a little bit raw, but now he's like a complete a complete player, like super, super reliable, knows when to fold, knows when to hold, knows when to firefight, knows when not to firefight, knows when to listen, knows when to talk, like knows when to use his like command voice. And like, there's another level of communication. Like you don't want to go and see a guy run to the back right and use your command voice on back right, back right. Like
sure.
if a guy's in your side of the snake, there's another level. Like watch Marcelo communicate, right? Like there's certain levels of communication that you use at certain times. So yeah, I mean, I could say one thing, beyond like, because skill set is, you can only, that only take you so far. There's so many guys with good skills.
Especially now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, now, like, there's so many guys with good skills. The difference maker is, continuity with your team, ability to accept criticism and grow. And that's what makes, in my opinion, And Mike was always that way, man. Mike came on the team. Like Arturo was in the beginning defensive. Like I was too. I was a very defensive player. Like, and I still am a little bit. Like when somebody criticizes me on something, I'm like immediately go like my instinct tells me to like, oh, I did this because of this, yeah, but this, yeah, but that, right? Instead of just absorbing it, assimilating it, and then leaning into it and say, is that true? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it's somebody's opinion, And Mike would just go, yes, sir. I don't know. He's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like, yeah. even though, maybe Mike had a better explanation for what happened. Because, like, dude, when you're watching a game, like you can have you see everything, this guy should have done this. You should have done that. When you're in there and you're inside the goggles, you see it your way. Like, this is why I'm doing it this way. There's always a reason. And sometimes it's a balance. Sometimes who's watching was right. Sometimes you were right. But either way, it's the ability to like gather all that information up and like have an honest assessment of it. And that's how you learn and grow. And then next time you're out there, you can, use that, man. And even for me, like, God, I've been playing this game for whatever, 20, 30 years. I'm only now in the last 5 years, sort of things have just really slowed down for me. Like I'm able to put things together much easier and quicker mentally. I mean, maybe that's the 10,000 hours. I don't know.
Would you say you're a lot less confident now than you were back then?
Less confident?
Yeah.
In a way, I have more humility now. I mean, back then I was certainly more confident in my ability, right? Like I would be like, oh, I'm going to go to this spot and I'm just going to shoot this guy because I'm better than him. Yeah. Right now, that's not the case because I know that I'm not better than that guy over there. He's probably better than me if his skills at least are the same as mine.
For sure.
So I've got to figure out a clever way to, use my teammates to shoot them or, create an advantage in some other type of way. But yeah, I would say, maybe that is true. There's elements of my personal confidence where I'm less confident than I was back then. Yeah. Now, confidence in my team, I think like now I have great confidence in my team and my ability to win. Right, a paintball game, but in myself, yeah, I think that in myself and my skills, I think I'm less confident now than I was.
Yeah, and the one thing that amazed me too about Arturo is like he was always like super, like he was like a team player. And I feel like you are too, like a really big team player. It's just like it's hard to find that now. Like everybody's like so selfish, and like I mean I felt that way on the Ironman. I was just like, well, yeah, I want this team to do good, but it's like at the same time. Like I'm taking so much of my time and so much like energy into this and I'm not getting what I feel like I deserve and what I want. So, and that creates like just a bad like energy field in the team. And Arturo, like I never felt he brought that at all.
Yeah, no, I think Arturo like accepted his place on the team where for so long he was like got mixed in points and like never played on Sunday and just, and then all of a sudden, like he had a couple of good practices and then he started getting reliable in the tournament. It started to communicate better. And then bam, like now he's like a top 5 guy. Yeah. Which is pretty unusual, but I get it. Like I see like how it unfolded and how it happened. What, Kyle?
I just figured out this thing was taking me.
Dude, he's been on this like screen of you.
I just had to I was trying to make your screen bigger on this screen. But I didn't. realized that all I had to do was maximize OBS into the full screen, and now it allows me to adjust it.
One just died.
Would you say like you're more confident on ACDs?
Oh, Kyle, I got those raccoons, by the way.
Oh, you did? You brought them into the house?
Raccoons.
Yeah, no, I bought some pet raccoons that
Okay.
are they're fighting the raccoons that are trying to dig up the lawn.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, that was your idea. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. that's
Are
great.
you gonna, like, have you gave them names? Are they living in your house, like, after the end of the night?
Yeah, they sleep in my kid's room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you took my advice. One, to go back to that question, because I was talking to Damian a little bit about this before. Sorry, I was trying to do this IT stuff here. But one thing that something that I've heard about, and I don't know if you guys just covered this, but one thing I noticed, like Archie has said a lot, and also J-Rab, is that they say the game's really easy for them in their mind. Do you guys talk about that?
Kind of like brushed it with like the whole like perceiving the game and how you like see it. But I think the game is like, all in all, I think it's a very easy game for what the game is. Like the truth of the game is you got 5 guys on each side with guns and you don't get shot with paint, right? Like the truth of the game, the reality of it is a very simple game. And I think like, I forgot who I heard it from, but it's as simple as, at least for me, it's a game of angles. And I think it comes down to that, and it just makes the game so much easier whenever like you focus on such a dramatic style of play, if you would say, if that makes sense.
A little bit.
I mean, I get what Archie's saying when he says that, and there is an element of like hubris that comes with that, saying that, because it's not easy, it's not simple.
No, it's hard,
It
especially at our level.
It becomes simple to understand after you've done it for that long, right? And that's the only way to gain that understanding. There's no shortcut.
Yeah.
Like you don't wake up and become a great painter because you want to be good at painting. You're not born as a great painter, right? Maybe there's some small predisposition that allows you to like want to do that more, or maybe your parents did it or whatever, but there's no shortcut. You have to do the work to do it. I mean, I've mentioned this before on the show. There's a documentary about the Beatles on Disney Plus, and it's like a Peter Jackson thing, and it's like 3-hour episodes. It's like a long ass tedious thing of them writing Get Back, right? Their last thing that they ever wrote together. And it's them, and this is after they've already had, tons of albums already released, dozens of hits. Like it's like at the end of the Beatles. And it's them in a room, and it appears to be boring at the beginning, but then you realize like you're watching them write songs and struggle through it, but the amount of experience they've already had to get to that point is, all of them in music is, probably hundreds of thousands of hours of playing and writing and performing and practicing and it's insane. And then you realize that John Lennon and Paul McCartney weren't born great musicians. They worked so hard and they practiced so much because it became their identity. And then all of a sudden, I feel like you round this corner and then, you gain this immense understanding of your craft. And that's when you achieve mastery. I mean, yes, Archie and J-Rab have like expressed their, not frustration, but like, yeah, if you're talking to the team and you're like, you don't see it the way I do because, I'm a master and you're not, right? And that's another thing about mastery. You need to understand that, not everybody is a master, or not everybody sees it on your level. So then you have to use your tools,
There's a creative truth
accordingly. Yeah.
Every individual has like this creative like truth toward things, and like what it's weird though, because like I think the game in itself like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the game in itself is a very easy game and concept. Now, I think what separates that is the individual being good. I think,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know, man. There's just so many variables in paintball. It's like there's the equipment and the conditions, and there's 5 players, and there's the field is different every time, and the paintballs can bounce off the bunkers and hit you, and the paintball can bounce off your body and not break. Like, dude, there's just so many variables in paintball that makes it so unique to a lot of other sports. You know, it's not like tennis where there's 2 guys, a net, and some lines and a ball, right? Like, it's black and white. And now there's no bad calls. In paintball, you've got refs, another variable. You know, in tennis now, it's a robot that doesn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think part of it too also is like, you know, being able to go into, I mean, this has many layers. Probably like another question that would be good to bring up, but like the ability to kind of like put everything aside that might be like the chaos and noise in your mind and like know exactly what you want to do and like visualize it and just carry it out with like immense confidence and kind of like instantaneous like manifestation of like, I'm gonna go to that spot, shoot this guy, and then be able to bunker this guy, like what you would see. What?
yeah, but when you watch Archie play, he doesn't have to do that. He's done it so many times already that he doesn't have to think about that. He's already seen the situation before. So when he's put in it in the present moment, he already knows what to do. He goes, in his mind, he's able to calculate, okay, we're up by 3 points, we're down by 2 bodies, and we're playing the Hurricanes, and we have these spots and they have those spots. Here's what I should do right now. You know, he's able to make that calculation in a split second. Because if you think about it, you know, it's just like a golf swing. Like, you got to practice it a million times before it's right. You can't go, okay, I know this is my 3rd time playing golf. I've watched 100 videos. I know all the mechanics of the golf swing. I understand the leverage and the angles and everything. And then, you know, you still suck. You know, like it's the time that makes you good, right? And when you are able to learn for so long in a productive way, then you become a master, right? Like, there's guys that have been playing for a long time that aren't masters still because I feel like they haven't been honest with themselves, right? They're combative with themselves and with their teammates, and there's always a reason or an excuse. I mean, again, like, yeah, it's a cliche, but like, failure is the best teacher, right? But it can only be the best teacher if you choose to learn from it. You know, because for so long in my life, in my paintball career at least, I, you know, would make an excuse. Oh, it was that guy. He didn't do his job. Oh, you know, that guy didn't watch over me. Oh, if this would have been this way, then the outcome would have been different, right? Like, certain things you can't control, but at least you need to be honest about, you know, you've done everything you could to improve. And that's, you know, again, can trickle down to your teammates. Man,
I think it comes down to like being awareness.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a Shakespearean thing, right? To thine own self be true. And I go through it every day, right? Like, I make a decision with my family or my kids or in my work, like, and then I'm reflecting on it, and I made a mistake because I wasn't honest with myself. And if I would have been honest with myself, I would have known in that moment what the right decision was. Right? Because deep down, I didn't know. I just didn't listen to my intuition or to my experience, or, you know, or I was afraid for whatever reason of failure or of success or of judgment or of shame or of fear or of any of these things, right? That are basic human emotions that you want to try to avoid for whatever reason, right? And that goes back into your childhood and all those things. I mean, it gets deep, right? Of why you weren't honest with yourself. But that's, you know, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah. I feel like when you come to a profound understanding too about one of those things about yourself, it's crazy. Like, you see change instantly, like within, I mean, maybe the same day or like within a week. Like,
well, I think it comes on like trusting yourself and your feeling and like your intuition itself.
Or something maybe you fought with yourself. Like,
and it all comes down to that one little hesitation.
Yeah.
And
I mean, you can have breakthroughs like that.
Like,
what?
I got that. like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
pictures are so good, man. Philip is such a talented photographer.
He is really good.
There's too many pictures.
What do you say, like, and this kind of goes back to what something you asked me a second ago. I didn't answer because I was doing something. I don't know, but you're like, do you think that you're playing better on diesel than you have in other? And I think there's been like spurts of that, but then also like times like this year I haven't had the best year. Last year I played pretty consistent, but like I could have played better. I had some good years on Dynasty and then some like lackluster where it would go like, you know, back and forth. I thought I played really well with the Ironman, really well with Impact, but not, you know, not as like, I think that's a big part of these like the greats, like in our league, people that have held those top spots for so long is like the consistency part of it. And, you know, I'd say, Alex, you could probably like attest to this too, because there's some, you know, you got a golden barrel a few years ago, and then there's some events where like you might not play at all. So like, do you feel that way as well too? Like that's something maybe, you know, that affects your game as well. Like, do you think that's?
I don't know, man. I mean, my position is kind of unique. Like, I feel like for so long on this team, I've been trying to like step out, right? Like, I'm voluntarily like going into practice, trying to like harden up my teammates to be as prepared as possible. Like, I'm not going into practice really to prepare myself to go in and win the tournament. Like, I want the team to win, and I want Harrison, and I want Danny, and I want Arturo, and I want these guys to go in and, you know, I want to pass the torch to them and let them do it, right? And Chris Shearer and those guys, right? Like, that's my focus. It's not to go out there and play myself. Because if I go and I like earn my spot and go and like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it really well, and I'm going to go and practice and like, okay, I'm going to show Skinny that I can like be that guy, you know? I go, okay, what is the most likely scenario here? Like, okay, we're solid here, we're solid there. I'm going to throw myself in this spot and maybe have a, like, you know, give Skinny, like, make myself available to him if he needs me for that, you know? So I'm not, my goal isn't to try to like earn my top 5 starting spot on the team anymore. It's just not. So I want the team to win, and I want to be that guy for the team.
Yeah.
Right. So,
or if like that's like maybe you're like, look, this is how you do it, and then you show them, and you go like run through the middle, and then shoot the 3 guys, be like, now go. It is possible.
Right. Because if the other guys can understand that, then they can do it better than me. You know, I feel like, I don't know, there's part of me that doesn't want to play anymore. Like, I'm conflicted there. So I can't say like, you know, like the trajectory of my like tournament, like my playing time and tournament experience over the past few years is really that of a normal like pro guy. It's kind of unusual, right? And like this year in Vegas, like we were missing 2 guys or 3 guys, and then, you know, I just kind of got thrown in there, right? And I knew like Chris Shearer was supposed to go, but I knew his baby was due in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. So I just played the same spot he played in practice. Because we were good at the other places. So I was like, I'm just going to play that spot in case he doesn't come, right? And it was, he didn't come, right? He got COVID and then like didn't come. So it was just kind of random luck. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're saying, like, I mean, you're a complicated situation, right? Like, you're a great player, but you're your own worst enemy. Like, you overthink it, dude, big time.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just going out there and playing. Like, if you go out there and play and trust your instinct, like, if you didn't even see the field, right? And you just got a quick bunker names and just go out there and play, and like a little bit of reckless abandon. Like, you're good at that. You're a good instinctual player. Like, you're good at like just a one-on-one, you know, trying to trick the other guy. Right? Like that's one of your strengths. And your abilities are good. They're on par or above par for most pro guys. Same with you, Damian. Like, I think both of your your skill sets are, you know, in the top 10%. So, I mean, you know, you're both fast. You're both, you know, very agile, all that stuff.
One's short, one's tall.
Yeah. So then, yeah, tall man, small man, you know what they say.
This is funny too. It says, so Ryan needs to not be here for in-depth conversation.
Oh yeah, no,
I said
see.
I said that to Damian. I said, think about some topics over here because Ryan's not here, so we can get really deep today.
Hey, whenever you had a player, and I'm not sure if you were faced with this like much in your early career, I guess up to recently, but whenever you had a player that was playing your same position but better than you, like it might not have been like subjective, but like just you like seeing this, you felt like he was playing better than you. Did it make you feel this like passion and this burning like desire to play better, or did it like subconsciously bring you down and like I don't know?
So the first thing was I would typically go into denial about it, right? Like
Okay.
there would be like an anger and a denial, like
Okay.
even though I knew I wasn't being honest with myself, right?
Okay.
Okay, that guy's doing that better than I am, but what I would present is like, no, actually, it's not better because this or because that, right? Or there was some circumstance that made it so I couldn't perform that way when I was playing, you know? So I feel like, and still that's my initial instinct is defense, you know? If someone says, hey man, you should have done that instead of that, shouldn't have moved right then. Be like, well, fuck you, man. Like I should have because I saw this, you know? I don't like, you know, take a breath, think about what they're saying, think about the situation. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. Is it gonna be beneficial if I like try to make my point right now or not? Like there's all these like things you got to think through. But yeah, I mean, being a competitor, you know, it's hard to stomach that, right? So I think your mind doesn't want to let you believe that, you know, someone's better at something that
Yeah.
you're doing. Even especially at this where it is so subjective, right? It's not okay, you know, Steph Curry in warmups hit 23 pointers and Draymond Green hit four. You know, it's not like it's not subjective like that.
Yeah.
It's not objective like that. It's subjective. It's like, you know, there's so many variables, there's so many decisions. You know, yeah, maybe it looked like you had a great point because you got in a snake, but we shot two of their guys off the break on that side, and you had a freebie go down and shoot two guys, and I was, oh, Damian, right?
Yeah.
But you know, the point where you got in the snake and it was 5-on-5, and you know, you were able to grind out that point. You didn't shoot anybody, but you know, existed, you communicated, you looked at the right place at the right time, you didn't fuck up. Like I feel like those are the points that, you know, I mean my best points ever, I didn't even shoot anybody. You know, I look back in my career and it's like, yeah, I you know, communicated, I drew guns, I was able to, I mean, even in Vegas this year, like I played the way the team needed me to play to win. I didn't, you know, didn't shoot a lot of guys. I passed up a bunch of moves I could have made, right? I knew the moves were there, but you know, I understood the situation, right? Was the risk worth the reward? And a lot of times, no. So like, again, like understanding that on like a grand, you know, you're playing in the microcosm of the moment, but also in the macrocosm of the match or the game and the match, and then the tournament. You know, what did I see? Oh, I think Maddie sent me this a couple days ago. It was who was it? It was a Yankee pitcher, or no, Atlanta Braves pitcher. I think it was Maddox, maybe Greg Maddox, and he's pitching to this guy in 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 the regular season, and he like, you know, works him with some fastballs and then pitches him inside with the slider, and the guy hits a home run, right? And then the catcher was calling for a different pitch, and Maddox kept going, nope, nope, I don't want that pitch. Give me this other pitch. He throws the pitch that he wants, and the guy hits a home run. And then he walks off and he goes, hey, we're gonna play these guys in the playoffs in a couple of months, right? Just wait. And they play him in the playoffs, and same situation. He's like, he's gonna be waiting for that pitch in the playoffs, right? So then, you know, he hit him with something completely opposite and struck him out.
Got him.
And the Braves won. So, you know, some of these guys are playing chess, you know, whereas other guys are playing checkers. You know, Sergey, dude, we went to Russia. Probably told this story before. So we were playing in this Russian tournament over there. Dynasty goes over for a clinic, and it's the Russian Legion's home field, and we do the clinic, and they're supposed to pay us. And We get done with the clinic and like, no, we're not paying you. You have to win the tournament. And like, we're there with like a few of our guys, like pretty depleted team. We're tired and we got to like go now play the Russian Legion and a bunch of other really good Russian teams to win this tournament to win the 10 grand. So we go and Sergey is playing with Heat at the time. And he goes like, yeah, I'll play with you guys because we need another player.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole tournament, he goes and he's doing this job, right? And we're like, hey, Sergey, why don't you shoot across from here? Like, you can hit this guy off the break. He's like, no, I shoot straight. I shoot straight. I shoot straight. And we were like, almost losing a bunch of these matches. Like, it was, down to the wire a bunch of times. He's like, I shoot straight. I shoot straight. This mind you, was we got our ass kicked by the Russians in the very first match by Russian Legion. And we had to go into the losers bracket and play like way more games to get back to the finals. So we get to the finals against Russian Legion. Sergey looks over and he goes, now I shoot cross, right? And we beat their ass. So like it was like, he was like, setting it up. Yeah. So
but it's also scary to think about playing, like not playing for the moment, not playing in the moment, right? Like I think like playing for the long game, like just like you said, like I always hear a lot of people use this whole like, it's not a race, it's a marathon. But it's like, yeah, but as cliche as it sounds, like the marathon, like the ending of this marathon is never guaranteed, right? So it's like,
you got to get there.
Like me, on the other hand, like I'm more of like in the moment kind of person. If I feel like this is what I got to do to win this moment, like I'm gonna do it because, there's a lot of endings to things that I have never seen before, and I've never been able to get there because of how I played it with the opportunity that was given to me.
Yeah, I mean, by and large, that's correct. Okay. But I'm saying from a coaching standpoint, like on the grand scheme of things, that's how some of these like really like high level guys are thinking, right? Yeah, if you're on the fucking Ironman and you're like scrambling to get to Sunday, you got to throw everything in the kitchen sink at it, the first time.
Yeah.
You don't have like the convenience of being, Houston Heat where you're going to get in and you can like play with what you're doing with Tyler. You can play with what you're doing with Fedorov and like, try to, set things up for later. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all relative, right?
Yeah.
So what now? Are you on the newbies?
Yeah, I am. For the time being, I'm just like, I'm still like focused right now on work, and I realized like I wasn't really enjoying the game the way I should have been. And
I feel like you were having a lot of fun when you were on our team.
I was having a ton.
I mean, you weren't playing that much though in the tournaments though. But I mean, like
I wasn't playing, but I was I was having the time of my life.
Yeah, we gelled, like like you fit in, like it was fun to be around you, like it was like, yeah. I mean, I didn't feel like there was a lot of tension when you were on the team, like, oh, why am I not playing? Oh, I fucking did great in practice, like why aren't I in there? Like, type of I didn't feel that with you.
Yeah, no, not at all. And I think like I knew the difference was like between on Dynasty and the Ironman is like on Dynasty.
That's funny too. That was the question. That was the BFP gear question of the day. That what was the biggest difference you have noticed between playing for Ironman versus Dynasty?
Oh damn.
So kind of what you were about to go into. So I just want to make sure I got that.
Yeah, I honestly like I knew my role on Dynasty, and I knew I was there to take in as much as I possibly could, and I think like that's pretty much everybody's like, expected role when they come onto that team. Certain exceptions like Chris. Chris was a phenomenal player already, and he's getting better. But similar like with Arturo and Harrison, which he had already made a name for himself, but there's still so much more room for him to grow. Like I knew my role, and although there was still like slight, in the back of my head, I was still like, fuck, I want to play more. Like this is how, because one person can play really good in practice, but they're a different player in an event.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that comes to confidence in practice. You're not gonna like, there's gonna be the next point, right? Like, you're gonna come back tomorrow and it's gonna be fine. And I think that's just being confident, knowing that like there's that next point you're gonna be looking forward to. But at an event, yeah, I was like wanting to play more, and I wanted to use these things that I was learning and apply them, yeah, I wasn't given the opportunity many times, but like I was not mad about that at all. I wasn't playing better than the 9 other guys on the team, and I knew that. Like, even though like I still, my pride, I was like, crap, like I'm a competitor.
Yeah.
Like I don't like sitting, right? Played baseball in my life, and I was good at it. So I wasn't accustomed to that. And then getting on the team, I was like, crap, this is different. But I quickly like fell in love with where I was at and learning. And like, that's when a lot of things in my life shifted, where I was like super like open to like getting shit on. But prior I wasn't. And then on the Ironman, I don't know. I think I deserved a lot more than what I was getting. Like back to what we said, subjective. Probably other people didn't. But based on the responses that I was getting on why I wasn't deserving of that, didn't really make sense. But I mean, that was okay. I think that was just like, I don't know, the biggest difference. I felt like I had so much more to give on the Ironman, and I was doing so much better. And it was more fun on Dynasty, I think. I think everybody was just there because they wanted to be there. Like, there was nothing to prove other than, like, winning, like, as a unit, like, together. Like, that was the biggest thing that I noticed from both teams. Was Ironman was just, like, this constant, like, individual, like, need to shine and be better than that other person on the team. Whereas, like, on Dynasty, it wasn't like that. It was just, like, a cohesive, like, unit.
Yeah,
more of
I
a
mean,
fun
when you're always
enjoyment.
like looking for a big move to be noticed to get your playing time,
Yes.
problematic,
It is.
like, but I feel like, when, at least on our team, like when we're watching somebody play, like we're not just watching who they shoot and what moves they make. We're also watching what decisions they make, what moves they don't make, who they get the communication to, when they talk, when they listen, right? Like there's so much nuance that makes so much of the difference. And being a reliable player in that way, it wins you points in the semis and in the finals, right? That doesn't win you points at practice. It doesn't win you points in the prelims. Like it's like the next level of when all the teams and all the players tighten up, when do you roll the dice? When do you play it close to your vest, right? Like it's those things. And you were getting those things, right? You were learning those, and you didn't even get the chance to try them out on iron because those guys are, honestly, like they're playing checkers still, where like the top teams are playing chess.
For sure.
So, and that's one of the reasons why is what you just said, right? You've got guys on the team that are like scratching and clawing to get playing time so they can get noticed, so they can, progress in whatever way they're trying to in their career.
Yeah. For sure. And
yeah, man. I mean, it's really hard, especially in a sport where like, only a few guys are getting paid. And if that's the goal for a lot of guys is to get to that point where, they're able to go to one of these few teams that actually pay people. One of them not really being Dynasty. It's hard to get to that level because honestly, like, pretty much anyone on our team could leave our team and get more money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right. That's not the reason they're there.
Of course.
And that you've been on the team, and there's like there's a premium to sacrificing your, financial situation to play on our team. That's learning, getting yourself, like, look at Mike Urena, right? Like, I'm stoked for that guy, but when we picked him up, I'm like, in 3 years you'll be on Impact again, or you'll be on Impact. I knew it, right? I was like, we got Dalton too. I'm like, we'll get your, and Kyle, dude. I mean, we'll get your street cred up, and then like at the end of the year, come back, get a couple of W's under your belt, and then you can, get paid up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The game it's such like a beautiful damn game, but we just like, I don't know. Like I went on the Ironman and I went for some money. Did I deserve it? Probably not, but I was given the opportunity to do it, and I never once even. How many times did we talk about like, yo, like reach out, get what you deserve, like get what you're owed.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. there has to be a leader and a system and an understanding and a culture on the team to be able to draw that out of you, right? You are worth that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
putting you in the right place at the right time around the right players is a complicated task, right? It's not that you weren't the right guy. It's not that, I mean, all the pieces I think are there. It's just, it's a culture thing, right? And it's an understanding of, okay, I mean, and again, my dad always told me this. If you practice the same way and you do the same things, you're going to get the same result. So, if you're always, 10th place, 13th place, 8th place, like if you're always in there and you're still practicing the same way, you got the same group of guys, you're going to do the scrimmages, you go meet up, you set up the field, you play points all day, think you got it figured out, like the same thing will happen to you. Yeah. Yeah, maybe if you change it up drastically, maybe you'll do worse. Maybe you'll do worse for a while. But then you'll learn. Because if it gets worse and you're honest about it, then you'll be able to understand why, right? You got to be able to put in, and that's the way I play paintball too on the field, right? Like in practice, I'm not always trying to do the same thing every point, which is win the point. I'm trying to push the limits of, where I can go with it, And not to say that like if I push the limits too far in one direction, that's going to work in the tournament, but at least I'll have that in my quiver, right? Like, okay, I know, this crazy move that was great and worked in practice, like I know it's out there, right? And I know in a certain situation I might have it, right? Instead of, it's interesting, like watching guys play Oliver's format, the duel.
Yeah.
Like you'll watch good players because you get to watch them play, 10, 20 points in a row. And they do the same thing every time, right? And it's like, man, like it's just crazy to watch like how people just fall back on what they feel comfortable with.
And I think that's just
and even if, especially when there's no stakes, you got to be able to like, push those things in different directions, like you got to be able to squash and stretch and do these things that make you feel uncomfortable and you can't always be trying something, right? Because you're working in a team and, it's a ballet.
And did you see that the people that usually had the most success in that were noticing tendencies and trends of their opponents and were able to like capitalize on that?
Totally. Yeah. Like, I mean, if like I played Yosh and we would like, dude, it was like clockwork. Like when he figured like I would do something for 2 points and then he'd figure it out and he'd dismantle me. Right. And then I would like switch it. Right. And then at the end of the match, after we had probed in all this stuff, I went back to my initial thing and he knew, like he recognized it instantly and he fucking beat me. Right. In the 1 point. Right.
Yeah.
Like it all came down to 1 point. And and I knew exactly, I was like, fuck, he saw it, like, I was like surprised, but I understood like instantly what had happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it had nothing to do with a firefight.
Yeah.
It was like a percentages thing. Like he does this, I do that. He does this, you do that. Right.
Yeah. That is cool. I like that the art of it. In those when it's like you have multiple points to kind of gather data of who you're playing or how they're playing you.
So when is the Team USA thing happening? Is that today?
Tomorrow. Well, yeah, they're asleep right now. I guess it's let's see what time it is over there.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the night.
2 a.m. And they play, I guess, in the afternoon. Well, I guess maybe the veterans, the old men, they play earlier in the day. But I believe
Can you watch that, or is that something that's like not available to watch?
No, there is a webcast for it. I think it's on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's on YouTube. Something I was gonna say too about when you brought up to like only a select few players are getting paid. It'll be cool too. Because next week we're gonna have Saransky on here, and I'd like to ask him some questions just about like the health of paintball in general right now, because I've feel like I keep hearing things like there's a little bit of a decline at fields, maybe new entrants or just fields having a little bit of a struggle, and I wonder if how that's going to affect maybe this off season or next year as far as just like competitive paintball in general as a whole, all these different elements like
I mean, yeah. I mean, the unfortunate truth about paintball is it's like one of these things where a lot of people use their disposable income to play it. And when you don't have that disposable income anymore, like paintball is the first thing on the chopping block. Like if you got a family and paintball is your hobby and, prices of stuff have gone up and, you didn't get your raise this year and those type of things, right? Like that like economic slowdown is like pretty obvious right now. So I feel like people are feeling that, and paintball is like one of the things that is disposable, like as a hobby for a lot of people. So like I get it if like participation is down. I understand why that is, right? It's an economic thing. It doesn't have to do with the sport of paintball itself and people's desire to play it. I think it has more to do with like the general state of, individuals' economic situations. So, and yeah, you can see that like across a lot of industries right now, not just paintball, right? Interest rates are up, inflation's up, like it's a whole thing. So, cost of stuff is more than it was, basic goods, groceries, gas, all that. So, and when you're a company, like say you're a big company making, sporting goods and you're forecasting, you're manufacturing and you have people that you're hiring, you've got designers, you've got salespeople, you've got, all this stuff that you have been anticipating based on last year's numbers or the year before that's numbers and this percentage of growth, and that changes, then yeah, I mean, you could be in trouble, right? So, that's just the scary nature of business. And yeah, I don't know. Did he want to come on, or did you guys ask him?
I don't know how it worked out. I think Ryan asked him too, because obviously GI Core JT is one of our sponsors for the show, so I believe Ryan brought that up. Yeah, like Logan Hansel here said, it's very hard for us young people who play to afford it. Being 20 and semi-pro, it's not easy to pay bills, play every event this weekend. And also, Mouse and I just had like kind of a sit-down talk with our TJ Basser guys, because they've been struggling this year, and they did so well last year. Mainly at the NXLs, they've had like a little bit of a decline, which I think doesn't help that we're not really able to help coach them at the events. But even too, at this last WC, like when I was looking at them play, and then Mouse and I were there on Saturday, most of the team had left because they didn't make it out of the prelims. Like we watched the top 4 teams play, like for the 3rd place match and the 1st place match, and I was like, we would have had no shot against any 4 of these teams because they're at a different tempo, and it's like we're a little bit behind. So we brought up the conversation with those guys. I'm like, what's going on? Because some of you guys are like showing up to practice, some not. And when I showed up to this organization like 2.5 years ago, it was mainly just, for fun. WCPBL and then play MXL, go have some beers or something after. Like it was very casual. And then they jumped into NXL this year, and some of the guys spoke up, and it really was just kind of like life being overwhelming and guys having to like work and almost basically live paycheck to paycheck, have to pay for plane tickets for NXL, have to make practices before NXL and then before WCPL, and like make 2 practices and take all these extra days off, and then so when they showed up to play, it was like there was that little bit of mental block where they're just maybe not having as much fun because they're just so stressed out. When it was
and that's unfortunately the nature of being a paintball player, a tournament paintball player for most people, right? They're paying to do it, and it's more or less a hobby. And yeah, you're a young guy, you're working, you have real life going on, you know, you're gonna have a kid, like, you know, certain things in life like will come in and impede your focus and your dedication and all of that stuff, right? Like, you know, I've seen it, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of times with players, right? Like, you know, this thing is happening and I've got to deal with that because it's more important than what I'm doing, right? And either it takes away your time or your focus, you know, and excuse me, that's just part of it.
I mean, to be fair, like even with my schedule and like how lenient and how much they support paintball, even then, dude, it's still hard.
Yeah, and
like,
you don't want to take all the free time that you have and go and like get yelled at by like, you know, other dickheads that are, you know, out there or trying to like, you know, say that you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, like that's not what you want to do with your time. You know, you want to go for yourself. Right.
I mean,
so like again, like that's a thing like on our team. Like we're not expecting like none of the guys have a contract. We're not like you know, we're paying you, you know, thousands of dollars more than that guy, so we need you to perform in this way and the pressure's on and why do you look left instead of right, right? Like that conversation doesn't happen anymore. We're like, yeah, you happy to be here? You want to be playing? Okay, you know, all right, you fucked up, you're a good player, we know you didn't try to fuck up, so you know, let's just learn from it and go to the next. And that's kind of the culture on our team. And you laugh about it, right? Like honestly, one of the funniest moments that I can remember on this team in a long time is last year. I actually wasn't playing. I was working on this film project at Philadelphia, and we're playing X Factor in the semifinals, and it's overtime, and Ryan goes to the corner, and Archie like makes a bad move into we shoot a guy at the break, we get it 5-4 advantage, and then I think we shoot another guy, and then Archie makes like a kind of a sloppy move to the snake and gets shot, and then Ryan's in the corner like holding it down, and then his gun runs out of air, and Oliver was like helping him with his stuff. It didn't fill up his air, right? Up there's a whole show about it, and Ryan's going like, "You fucked me, Oliver!" Like in the game, like it's
on the field, he's yelling back into the pit
on the field in like so much anger and like frustration. And he comes off and he's like, "Fuck you, idiot! You didn't fill it." And Oliver's like, "I did fill it. I did fill it." And then he's like, "I did. Maybe I didn't fill it." and like at that dinner that night, like we ran through that like so many times and just like pissing our pants because it was so damn funny, right? Like in hindsight, like the stakes aren't high enough to like let that ruin like a friend. Like yeah, I can get heated in the moment, but like you can't let that like cause dissension between teammates, right? Like it's a mistake. You know, still laugh about it and go to the next one. It's not like we lost $100,000 prize purse, right? Like you win 10 grand between the whole team when you win the tournament. Like it's not a big deal, monetarily at least, right?
Yeah.
But you still want to win, right? And that competitive edge is still there. But like it's not justifiable to like get that upset. Like, and I get it, man. People put in time and money and dedication and all these things into doing this, right? Like, I mean, you know, you got like die paying for all that stuff and they expect a certain thing.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, bro. That's what I say.
I mean, it's just time, man. It's so time consuming. It's crazy. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I was able to do something on a weekend for myself. Like, I've been home, I think, like 9 weekends since the start of this year. Like,
well, you were this weekend?
Yeah. And this next one. So that'll be like 11.
Wow. Are you going to practice still?
Yeah, but like
with the noobs,
I guess.
Yeah, but you're gonna go. It's like on the East Coast, right?
Oh no! Oh no, that's next weekend. Yeah, this weekend is Labor Day weekend. And then next weekend is the layout. I'll go to Philadelphia, so I get a red-eye flight Friday, practice Saturday and Sunday, and then take a red-eye flight back. Go to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then fly to the event.
Dude, I was thinking about you. I was watching this show with Jake Gyllenhaal. You watch that one on Apple TV? Where he plays attorney.
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, a district attorney.
Oh.
Not a district attorney, but he's like a what do you call that? A civil attorney? No,
public
attorney. Attorney that works for the state. It's a prosecutor. I guess just a federal prosecutor.
Yeah, district attorney.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so he's a district attorney, and he goes and his other district attorney chick that he works with gets murdered, and he goes on the case, and like it turns out that he's like been sleeping with her, and then he becomes a suspect, and then like it's a whole thing. So I was like, dude, this is like Damian's life, and he's like, Jake Gyllenhaal is just like jacked and super good looking. I'm like, they fucked up casting this, but like kind of reminded me of Damian. Like, it's not believable, but okay.
yeah, no, dude, it's
called,
dangerous out there.
It's called Presumed Innocent.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I was scrolling and I saw that.
Presumed Innocent.
I never watched it, but I saw it.
I'm finishing it up tonight.
Dang. Yeah,
it's okay. There's one whodunit called The Night Of. Came out years ago.
Dude, that's
the best by far that I've ever
the
seen.
night, dude. That is
it's a show or a movie?
Next level anxiety.
It's a masterpiece. It's got John Turturro.
Wait, it's a movie or a show?
It's a show.
Oh.
He plays this attorney where he picks his fingernails. Like, it's great. I love it.
I mean, what is it? That and what was the jewelry? Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, Uncut Gems.
Oh, that movie's horrible.
How it gives you like how it evokes
bro.
like emotion in you.
So
you and Ryan have the same taste in movies. What do you like? Like
I
Harry
hate
Potter?
that movie, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, you and I?
Now Damian's a Harry Potter guy. I can already
No,
smell
I've
it.
actually never seen all.
No, he likes like he's told us what he likes, like white chicks and Step Brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
I just started a dumb comedy with Mark Wahlberg. It just came out on Netflix.
Oh yeah, The Union.
And Halle Berry. It's unwatchable.
Yeah. It's actually good.
I was looking
exactly, dude. There's like no substance to the movie at all. It's just complete trash.
Yeah, The Union. I think it's called The
Oh,
Union.
I'm in it though. I'm gonna finish it.
I'm into it. Halle Berry.
Dude, I was looking the other day into, and it kind of relates to what you told me to watch the other day, Alex, but into like where you're born on Earth and like the exact time in the day like affect. There's a lot of characteristics.
Oh, like people that believe in astrology?
Personality traits, yeah. But a lot of it's like, I don't know, when I read into it, it was like a lot of that stuff is like relatively accurate to kind of who I am and stuff that like where I felt like I'm, one way, but I'm also like another way. There was like similar things. Anyways, Steve Martin was on there for exactly like mine. And I remember you said it. And then I went to go watch it on Apple, but my subscription ran out, so now I gotta buy it again.
Wait, Steve Martin was on this other show?
No.
Oh, you saw the documentary I told you to watch?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I was looking at people that are like in mine, and Steve Martin was one of those. So
really?
I was like, oh, it would be beneficial because you said it was great, and I was like, maybe Steve Martin has a similar.
Dude, I've got so many pictures of Corey Hall crying.
Dude, I don't know. Astrology is such an interesting thing to me, and I think there's like, I'm not one of those chicks that like ask like, hey, well, for one, I'm not a chick, obviously, but two, like, I wouldn't be like, hey, like, what's your sign? But like, have you ever heard of like rising? I think it's like the rising sun or moon, where it's like on your 27th year, your 27th birthday. It's like when you go through the biggest shift in your life, you lose like a lot of motivation and desire, and it's like your biggest life changes occur because the sun and the moon are on the same exact place in orbit as they were when you were first born. What?
Every 27 years there's a cycle like that?
Yeah, where it's the exact same location where you were born at the same time.
All right. Whatever. I don't know anything about that.
Well, I mean,
Dude.
I
like,
can see
okay,
how...
I'm a Scorpio, right?
I was depressed when I was 27.
So you're saying if I was born 1 month later, I'd be a completely different person?
Well, I don't know if it goes down to that extent.
Well, you have another thing too. So you're a Scorpio, but I think the next one, which is like your moon or something, is what you're truly like. Because remember, my ex-girlfriend that drove me crazy was a Scorpio, and you don't drive me crazy. I love you, and I can hang out forever.
Exactly. That's why it makes no sense.
Yeah, because it's the next one. It's the moon thing.
What do you mean?
It's the moon. It's not your sign. Like,
okay,
I'm
the
a
next
Leo.
moon is the douchebag moon.
So mine is Scorpio.
So that means you're like a Scorpio.
I don't know. I'm not getting into this conversation with you guys. I'm sorry.
But I will say, I mean, if the
It's a sensitive topic.
if the moon affects the tides on the Earth, maybe it could affect your little baby brain as it's developing.
Ooh.
I'm not saying you have a baby brain now. I'm just saying when you're a baby being developed, could move your
The
juices.
martini that my mom was drinking was affecting my.
Well, he turned out pretty good.
I'm just kidding. She's okay.
No, okay. Well, I mean, that can stem into so many other things, like free will and predetermined things in life. Like, what do you believe in? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do you believe in, like, everybody has, like, power, free will? Like, you ultimately choose your destiny? Or are you given a specific, spot on this wheel or whatever you want to call it of where you end up at some point in your life? And everything is kind of irrelevant. Up to that point, it's just a matter of.
I'll send you this Neil deGrasse Tyson bit he just did on that. It was like a panel of guys, and they talked about free will, and they debated.
What about the multiverse?
Multiverse?
Oof.
I just
I'll
watched.
tell you this: Alien, the new Alien movie. What's it called?
Alien
Romulus.
versus Predator.
Hop,
Alien
scotch, kitten
Romulus,
skin.
bro.
It's
Just
good.
went to practice last weekend. Bro, so good.
What's
so
better?
good.
Deadpool.
Such a
I
good
haven't seen
throwback.
Deadpool also.
That's also good, but that doesn't even touch. I mean, they're two completely different things, but
Yeah.
just Alien Romulus was an excellent movie.
I don't know if
It
I
was,
like
it was really freaking good if you're into that.
Yeah.
What's up? SLOWIAK is in here.
I had a
What is
good
that?
to change
What's
the
Nick
topic.
SLOWIAK's profile picture? Who is that?
I don't know.
I just
looks
turned
like-
this on.
You could probably click on it.
Dude, completely like off topic, but real quick. Did you see that plane that crashed in Brazil?
No.
Dude, horrifying, bro.
Yo, did you see though? Apparently, like this whole thing about like the most like well-known cancer research doctors were on that plane.
Oh, I feel like that's a commonality when some planes
Whoa.
disappear or
I mean,
Whoa.
what was that airline?
Frontier.
Brazilian airline.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some pretty obscure. I don't know.
Spirit?
If, like, top research doctors are flying on.
It was like 65. Just search
No,
up
Acai
65
Airlines.
people died on plane crash in Brazil. It'll come
Yeah,
out.
I don't. It's not going to a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I do
accurate.
have a good topic though. I was thinking about last night. I wrote it down. I was thinking about this because I was like, been reading a little bit more
Look at
lately.
Damian. Oh.
I've
Wow.
been reading a little bit more lately, and I went to put this put my book down to like go get a glass of water or something. And when I came back, I was like meant to grab the book, but instead I just like picked up my phone, just like out of like habit, But I was going back to reading the book. I didn't need to look at my phone, and I was thinking about like, with everything and with social media and Instagram and the way everything is kind of going towards like, I felt like as decades pass and you have these different generations, like there's things that get lost for the better and then also lost for the worse. And I wonder, where we're going, where like a lot of these things are changing between, technology and AI and social media. Like everyone, I feel like a common consensus is like, this is so bad. Like everyone knows like how bad social media is. But it's still like being done, and just like the way data collection is and knowing exactly what to send you and what to show you and where to like, we don't even know the extent.
What are you blathering about, bro? I'm completely lost.
You don't get it?
About
No.
AI
Well, you're
and
probably
technology.
you're looking at something, so it doesn't make sense.
No, I'm listening to you.
Now, do you
I
think
just mean like social, like how, like,
Here,
do you
can
think
you
it's
play
gonna
this?
really affect?
Can you play like an Instagram thing on thing live?
Maybe. Is Mafia still in here?
Yeah, he is. Do you think like AI is gonna like shape or like help, not shape, but like help the paintball industry? Like in
Regular
any way,
season, we were winning like 8-0. It was an easy game in the
Huh?
Oh,
I think we get I don't know. Ryan doesn't.
believe in it?
No. Ryan doesn't really like playing stuff on here because it says we're gonna get like some thing that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
But we can
copyright, copyright thing.
But we can still show it because we're not like collecting YouTube ad revenue or something.
True. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But
It's
so
a-
I'm
it's a-
like, well, Ryan, why can't we just play whatever the fuck
It's
we
an
want?
Instagram post. I just texted it to you.
Okay. All I'm saying is like there's a big consensus, I guess, in short, that social media is like fucking really hurting everyone,
Yeah.
and technology and all in developments that AI are giving you, which is going to change like financial and schooling immensely. But like, is it actually hurting, or like you have to try to stay away from it, or would that end up putting you behind? Like, let's just say 20, 30 years.
I think we're already behind.
It's
Insanely
too many
behind.
unknowns. I mean, if it gets used for good and benevolence, it's a powerful thing, right? But if it gets used for only monetization or military, building, all that stuff, like, yeah. But if it gets used for medical research, for art, for science, for improving the infrastructure of a city, all those things, then it could be a great thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be really scary couple of years. Probably the next 20 years are going to be a wild ride with that stuff.
Yeah.
Even now with the deepfake stuff, like they're saying, okay, with your kids and your friends, even in your family, you've got to have like a special code word that only you know, because now AI can call you and have your daughter's voice and say, hey, I'm being held hostage, pay this account, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a real thing now. So you got to be like, okay, well, what's the password first? It's frightening times.
I think it's gonna hurt a lot.
Let me ask you, did you get that message, Kyle?
The Instagram message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because my phone's dead, and I wondered if my computer still worked for sending text messages.
What's going on in there
In the
Alex,
internet?
What in the what?
on this video?
Oh, that's
That's
the
the
thing
Greg
that we were
Maddox
talking about
video.
already.
That I'm telling you about the pitcher.
yeah about what is it, Nixon or Maddox or whatever?
Maddox, yeah, Greg Maddox.
Richard Nixon?
His
You
nickname
just
was the
zapped yourself?
Pressed it, dude.
Stick that thing on your tongue. I thought we were going to get to tase you.
Yeah, you were
Oh,
supposed to bring your
God.
taser and pepper spray over so we can do that to you.
Oh, I can't do that. I
This
can
is what
I can
you're-
use like pepper spray, but I can't use mine. Hey, do you feel like before getting into paintball you were naturally a creative person, or do you feel like paintball like kind of brought you more in like a creative mind? Because like,
Are you trying to jump into his screen?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that I was naturally ever creative. I think that like
I feel like you are very.
I think my mom and my mom and dad allowed me to be creative, and then I was nurtured right in that way also. So like, yeah, am I creative because I was just born creative, or am I creative because I was pushed that way by my parents and was allowed and a little time and money was invested into me being creative, right? Like, I don't know which one is it. So
Well, okay, I mean,
Yeah.
I think like where I'm going with that, I think is like, I feel like it's a very noticeable difference from, it's kind of like football. Like you can't, like a great football player, I feel like is naturally born with the ability to understand the game and be creative.
Well, look, there's a whole nother element there you're talking about. If you're just not going to be a great basketball player unless you have the attributes that were physically given to
Yes.
you by genetically by your parents.
Now it's the same thing with paintball. Now, do you
Not
feel like,
really.
you think
Not
it's
at
completely irrelevant? Completely.
It's not completely irrelevant, but there's an equalizer that's
Yes.
I feel like there's this spectrum. Like, look, I can never play professional baseball. Like my body type isn't.
Yeah.
I don't have the fast twitch muscles. I'm not. It would take. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe if I worked that hard, right? But if you're born with Aaron Judge's body, then you work that hard, then you become Aaron Judge, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, I think paintball is much less reliant on your physical prowess. I mean, yes, there's like Archie Barnes and Mouse, like they have an advantage because they're that much faster.
Yeah.
Right. and you, like you guys that are super quick. But, you know, there's a way around that in paintball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. I don't really thought about that.
Football auction right now.
What's up with this damage juice?
What happened to them? They got HK now?
Yeah, I think they switched to HK and Valken.
Yeah, what did I hear about that? I heard it had something to do with like Jason's field and like the paint they were using at the field maybe. It was like a behind, it wasn't really it didn't really have to do with the team itself. I don't think it was like Damage isn't performing well and they've lost their sponsorship, but I don't think it was that. It was some business thing. That's what I heard.
There's some damage stuff going on.
Legend.
Yeah, Damage switched sponsors.
Oh, HK and Valken?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I wonder how that whole Valken thing went down after they released like the free like that all that money, like that big promotion thing that they had. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but I don't think anybody won that.
Okay. I don't really know how the whole thing worked.
Oh, the $1 million sponsorship?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think HK is becoming a lot more relevant now. Again, I think they went down and then now they're coming back up.
I think they probably stayed similar path. I don't know. I think they're one of the leaders.
You think so?
Yeah, I think they've been.
Well, they're definitely one of the big dogs.
Yeah.
One of the big dogs. Do you have any giveaways?
Yeah.
Let's do one.
We have $25. Do we want to do some trivia?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you have any good trivia questions?
Oh, I got
Outage.
a extended
Outage.
trailer for the Iron Kid movie. Dude, it's sick.
Wait, when are you releasing it?
I don't know, but it's, I mean, dude, I did it. Laughed, cried, all of it.
How long is it?
You guys are going to love it. 12 minutes.
Ooh.
It's
That's
not really a
the-
trailer. It's more of a, I guess it's a preview.
How long is the movie?
That'll be feature length, hour and a half.
Dang. And you're gonna like do like a theater thing type of thing?
Yeah, we'll do a proper screening.
And you're gonna do that what up there in Sacramento? Or, I mean not Sacramento. San Francisco.
No, it'll be at a paintball tournament.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
When is the next the duel is SC Village, right?
Oh, there's one this weekend in Alabama.
Well,
At Prime.
I'm not going to that one. But
No,
the one
but,
that's
it's the
that's
same
close-
weekend. It's September, I think, 28th and 29th at the same weekend as Decay of Nations at SC Village. So
I'm
we'll all
going
be
to
down.
Decay of Nations. So I won't be able to make that.
Are you going?
No.
I'm
Well,
going
the
to that.
duel's
Dude,
the duel's the same weekend
I played that one
at the
one
same
time.
place. Dude, Decay of Nations is super fun.
Dude,
bro.
it's
You
so
should
much fun.
Dude, just follow me
Follow you where?
around the field.
I don't know. I followed Ryan last time, and
Dude,
it was
last time
the
I
worst
got
decision.
bunker by the Juggernaut. It was not fun.
Let's see what
Wait, I played with you guys. I think. No, not last year. It was the year before.
Oliver sent me a thing.
Yeah, let's go, dude. Let's go play that. Decay of Nations. Yeah. All right, he's in.
Dude, we'll go to that crab place afterward. It's so good. There's like a crab house over there.
Is it all you can eat crab?
It's not all you can eat, but they can bring you like these giant steaming bags of crab or crawfish or whatever you want. What kind of seafood? Shrimp?
Hmm.
It's bomb.
Oh, I've actually never had crawfish. It just doesn't sound good. All right, trivia question.
Wait, what was when's the Hormesis thing?
Which one?
I
know you said. Do you have the exact date? The SC Village one.
Yeah, it's that weekend, September. It's in a month. September. September.
It's after Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's September 28th and 29th.
Oh, I think I have that weekend free. Oliver messaged me, asked me if I could come to it, but
Yeah, you got to come play in the joust, bro. It's super fun.
oh, the
Not
pros
the
can
duel.
play in the joust.
So it's like these big teams. Yeah, it's super fun.
I thought pros can't play in those. You
No,
just have to be a
definitely
general.
can. Anyone can play.
All
It's all a big. It's all a big. That's the fun of it. It's like everyone's together playing one-on-ones.
There it is, dude. Come
Um,
on.
You could be a general, dude. General Kyle.
yeah, maybe.
So what the general does, like, say it's 20 on 20, and you have like, a bunch of like rando players and then a couple of pros.
I know how it works.
Okay, cool.
I
Yeah,
remember I played clay in the. I played both. I played the joust and the duel.
Yeah, but that's before they even started it. Now it's like all polished.
Are you going to that one
Yeah, I'll be there.
at SE Village?
I'll be there,
I
man.
thought you were going to Decay of Nations.
Dude, it's the same place, the same weekend.
He's gonna
I'll
be
be
in two
about-
places at once.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
Decay
quantum-
of Nations is at SE Village.
It's quantum physics, Kyle.
Yeah.
I thought Decay Nations was in like Oklahoma or something,
Why would you think Oklahoma? When was Oklahoma ever
or
mentioned?
Guantanamo Bay or something,
That's in Cuba. We're not in Cuba, bro.
where they like
Yeah,
storm
I'll
the
be there.
beach.
This
Full
is not.
regalia.
Hey, this is not Cuba.
In Decay of Nations, one team's a zombie.
Yo, I got a sick one. What city am I from in Cuba? That's a good trivia question.
Guantanamo Bay.
No, dude.
Okay, all right, that's good trivia.
Come on.
I don't know. I just thought that's why. All right,
Havana.
What?
yeah,
No, that's like the main city. I'm not from there.
that's the first trivia question. This is for BFP $25 gift card giveaway, and your name's gotta be in
There's
green.
no way people are still watching this.
Yeah, let's see how many people we got in here.
100.
Whoa,
No.
do not end.
No, hell, not yet. Make
Not
sure you
yet.
hit
Whoa.
not yet.
Yeah, there's like 100.
Oh yeah, 115, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
we've been at 130,
It's
140.
538, bro.
Bro, hey,
It's gotta be super boring.
people like.
No, they like these shows
Yeah, well,
because we
because
get deep conversation.
yeah, when Ryan's here, there's no
Look at
freaking
this old
emotion.
concept drawing of the original force I just found.
Is that like a jet?
It's the Disneyland monorail,
It looks like the Metro Rail.
and that's the gun underneath
It takes
there.
all. Oh, okay. I thought it was like on top of the gun, like how they used to do the old space shuttles.
No, I was using the shape of it, so yeah, I thought that was a cool form.
Wait, no one or did someone get it?
Yeah, that person
Wait,
just
wait,
got it.
wait,
No,
wait.
R. Martin.
Wait. I said the name has to be in green,
Oh,
so you just
damn! So that
ruined the
question's
trivia.
out. Sorry, boys.
I got some good photos of you in here, Damian.
Really?
I'm not making it in the magazine, but they're
Well, that's
nice.
why would you even tell me?
Well, I have them.
He can have them.
Yeah, sure, I guess they're digital.
That's, yeah, that's great. I need to post something. I got to get the honeys out.
Onions.
No, the honeys, not the onions.
The onions.
Uh,
All right, let's do. Hold on, I think I got this wheel over here somewhere. I'll do the mega. Can you grab those white
Oh,
frames?
dude, I'm not gonna be able to get in my car
Why? It's locked.
because my phone is dead. My phone is my key to my car.
You don't have a charger in that big warehouse that you're in?
I think Yoshi's here though.
hey, my name is. Wait, I gotta. Wait, give me the pen real quick. Wait, I got this. Keep going.
I'm just trying to find the wheel here. There's a full mask up there you could put on
No, I was
with
just
the
gonna
same
do
frames. That one up there you can get to stay on your face.
You know, I got a clinic next week in SC Village. My name is Ryan Greenspan. I got some Zins. We just got a package of Zins right here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll send out a package of Zins. And don't forget X-Gen Pods. We got them here. Mega support status members. Check it on in, boys. We got you. Like and subscribe. Don't forget. Yo, Slow!
Wait, she's gonna come down here.
So that's hilarious.
All right, let me get this wheel up. Hey, did you mean to send me that text message about the Dynasty Champs Club winners? Because I don't know who won.
Oh no, that was for Ryan.
Oh. All right, let's see if I can get this up here.
Hey, brother, nice 2:30, 2:41 a.m. text message.
Oh, that's when you sent that?
No, right now, but it's not time for him right now. I'm
Oh.
prepared.
Is it this one? Oh,
Are you doing giveaways or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, here. He's trying to set up the wheel
you
right
can,
now.
you can fire off some headbands as long as you keep track of who's supposed to get them and send me what they're.
Sheesh.
All right. This is for those frames. Can you grab those? Again, Damian?
Yeah.
Those are dope, actually.
Yeah, these are pretty cool.
They're sick.
I'm gonna work on a build with mine.
All right.
And it comes with vitamin C serum on my face.
That's what that is?
said?
Vitamin
Said
C serum.
He said serum on his face. It comes with
Yeah,
serum on his face. All right, here we go. For the frames. Oh,
Thomas Edison. Thomas E.
Thomas E.
It's just Thomas E. Yo, you know, going live is a laugh at yourself.
I think too. Going back to what developed you as a person, Alex. I think because you're just genuinely like curious of other people and things, which makes you so knowledgeable about everything and also nice and like, I don't know, talk to so many people and have all these interesting facts and know so many things because you're just genuinely curious. When maybe a lot of people are.
I don't
just
think
keeping
I don't
themselves.
think that I was born that way. I think I learned that through my experiences in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree with that.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Dude, Scott Kemp is the man, bro. He wrote me a great article.
I bet.
Beautiful article, man.
He wrote you one or you wrote him one?
No, he wrote me one for the magazine.
We can just we could just do. You want to do a
Rainy too, man. Rainy, but I mean, these guys have like a lot to say.
Yeah, Rainey's a very. I don't know. I like Rainey a lot. He's
You're out
very
there, Rainey.
intelligent.
Gonna be stoked. I got some great shots from JP.
Very intelligent guy, Rainey.
Yeah, JP Augustine is the man, bro. I'm gonna say.
All right, next one. Wait, so
Hormesis.
Thomas E.
Oh, here's
won
another
this,
picture
right?
of Omara with hits all over him.
Thomas E. won these.
Thomas E won those.
All right, so Thomas E. you are now proud owner of JT ProFlex Dragon Edition, black and white. I mean, blue and white.
All right, so the next one is for a Hormesis headband, and we're gonna spin the mega wheel again.
Spin it.
You see that Zuckerberg letter,
Ooh!
Alex?
About
Gerard
stuff.
Toro.
About what?
COVID control.
Yeah.
That one. And what was your interpretation of that?
What was mine?
Yeah.
Snitching on himself.
Yeah, he was sorry for what?
For actually, what's the word I'm looking for?
Censoring?
Censoring knowledge that was actually true, or maybe allowing knowledge that to persuade people.
So he censored things that he feels like he shouldn't have because
Yeah.
the government told him to.
Yeah.
Yep. What are you gonna do, man? Uncertain times.
I feel like there's a lot of stuff coming to light about that in different media areas. All right, let's go back to trivia.
Yeah, because the media's. Yeah, I can't talk about the media.
What's going on with this?
All right, let's go. Hey, let's spin that bad boy.
Well, I don't have the every member wheel, so now the rest we're gonna have to pick some names here.
All right. Hey, who else is who in the chat is in Europe, in EU,
I
in
love this.
Bari? When you going to Bari?
Dude, this program is so
That's
cool.
Italy, I think.
What?
It's an Italian accent, right?
Oh, I thought you were asking
When
if
you go to
Paris was in
Paris.
Italy.
Who here is in Paris? I should have gone, but I didn't.
Did you have an opportunity to play?
I did, but I just felt conscious. Like I felt like this guilty conscience to like ask for more days off at work. And then I told my supervisor, and she looked at me. She's like, "Why would you not go? I don't care. I want you to go." I was like,
and then you still didn't go.
and I still.
Supervisor said that?
Yeah, dude, they love this whole.
Dude, it's gotta be nice to be so good looking, bro.
No, dude,
That's
they
just
love
awesome.
this
Good
paintball
for
thing.
you, man.
They love this paintball thing.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's what bro. Everyone's loved everything that you did always, and you don't know why.
Nah,
Like being a hot chick, dude. It's just like, just stuff just happens for you.
nah. I know you know what it's like too.
I know the opposite end. That's how I know what it's like.
No, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you want the weekend off? I don't think so, buddy.
All
I'm
right.
like the guy in the basement on Office Space. My stapler.
Nah, don't talk down to yourself. You're much more than that.
Thanks, pal.
All right, here's a easy trivia, but you have been watching the show to what I said at the beginning. Remember, only if your name's in green. What special was BFP gear running for 24 hours? On what equipment? What line of equipment was BFP gear running for 24 hours from the start of this show?
It was a special. It was like
was a
a
special.
24-hour special on a specific equipment that they were running.
You asking me that?
No.
It's a trivia question, man. Come on.
Dude, George Martinez, what up?
Who, George Martin? Oh,
In the Champs Club, he's my boy.
Nope.
Dynasty frames? No, bro. They just released them. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, you can get those at the site. They're up here.
There's no site up here.
Yeah, there it is. Look.
Oh, you're talking about on the screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Steve got it.
All right, Steve
$25
Sand.
BFP gift card.
Oh, it's Dynasty frames?
No.
Oh.
Actually, he didn't fully get it.
Free
Just
Ironman
wanted the
jerseys.
code. What?
Bobby Kramer wants to know if there are any free Ironman jerseys if you run out of toilet paper.
Yeah, I can supply you with some toilet paper. Just hit me up.
If someone gets the actual, no. If someone name in green actually gets what the 10% was for, you'll get a Gen X gift. But you did not get it currently.
Dude, we're losing viewers by the second.
Yeah, because we're pretty much done. We're just giving stuff away right now.
I mean, we're still at 93. That's 90. That's 90 more than what Ryan has.
Yep, Bobby.
Bobby Kramer.
Oh, that reminds me. Bobby asked earlier, he said he's coaching D2 in Chicago. Do we have any advice? My advice would be to scout
Stay
and collect
home.
data for every team that you're going to play. The more data you can collect will help you better assist going in how to play the teams.
I also have something to say on that too.
All right.
So I started teaching dance classes at the age of 14, so I was super, super young and immature. And I know imagining me immature is kind of hard, but it's kind of a joke, by the way.
I need to hire you, actually.
For dancing, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, we have this like father-daughter camp out, and we have to we have to do this skit every year, or it's usually like you pick a song and you do a dance routine to the song, and we've just been miserable the past 2 years, so we got to step it up. We're second grade now. We gotta
Dude, it's time.
It's not till June, but it's yeah, or no, sorry, it's in like, let's see, like March, I think, or May.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
time.
yeah, I'm hiring you for sure.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll give you some lessons at the next event.
Are we human?
Are we dancers? Okay, but back to the coaching thing is honestly the biggest advice, and it's it was hard for me to accept it and like see it, but as you are learning from them, as they are learning from you, you also got to learn from them. Like there's so many lessons, like the most lessons I got as an instructor was the most basic classes that I taught. Like foundational, like basic classes is when you learn the most as a teacher. So as much as you are there to like guide these people, like you also got to learn from them. So just be open to that and receptive to bettering yourself as a teacher from what these guys do, if that even makes sense.
Kind of. Delivery was not.
The delivery was poor.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, my brain's normally shuts off after 3 o'clock when I get off work.
It's all right. We had good hour. We had 90 minutes of solid.
That's actually a great question. Damian, are you confident to talking to attractive women? If you want me to be honest, and I'm going to say it here, no, I am not.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not. I'm actually very, very self-conscious and very non-confident when it comes to talking to women. So whenever I go out, I can't believe I'm saying this on freaking live, but whenever I go out, and Kyle could attest to this, you will never see me go up to a girl and talk to her.
And I yell at him because...
Yeah, but if you went up to a girl and opened with that line...
Most of the times I do.
You say, hey, I'm Damian. I'm really not confident. I don't go up to a lot of girls. They'll never believe that because look at you.
Yeah. So it probably would work.
So I just wait for them to come.
Yeah, see, that would never work for me because it would never happen.
With that attitude.
Yeah, I'm always like, Damian, what are you doing? There's other really pretty girls over there like you.
Kyle gets it. You're a little short guy like me.
Yeah. And I've had to pick it up with just my conversational skills.
Yeah, but then I'm great when I start talking. It's like
you have
great.
Girlfriends now?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Good for you.
Yeah, dude, I'm happy for
How about you? Is she treat you with respect?
Yeah, very nice.
Oh yeah,
cool.
She's very nice.
So
Damian?
you want to leave her?
She is awesome. No.
So you're trying to get out of the relationship. She's not...
I do. Say like, why don't you be like a little more opinion?
You deserve, dude.
Speak
You
up.
deserve.
Yell at me.
Dude, you deserve to be treated with respect and kindness.
Yeah, I need stimulation, not
Yeah.
just mental
Yeah.
stimulation.
Yeah. Well, that's what you're gonna have for the rest of your life. You're not gonna have the physical aspect of it. Like it's not always gonna be there at top notch. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Ryan.
Yeah.
For example, like he's struggling physically.
Ryan? What's wrong with him?
No, I'm saying Ryan is struggling physically. That he's got to have some form of like mental, like I don't know.
Damian's
Ryan,
good.
Ryan was the weirdest guy when I met him.
Was?
Dude, so weird. If it wasn't for us, he'd be some kind of weird serial killer for sure.
When Ryan was single, though, he was pretty good.
I don't know, man. Ryan's a sociopath.
Damian, where do you take women on first date? Chick-fil-A?
Check this video out, dude.
Wait, hold on. What is that?
Is that a TV? What the?
Dude, it's on, bro. Dude, look at all the people that actually sponsor the video. There's Ryan. Look at Camille.
Oh my god. Look at, oh my god.
Dude, he looks younger than Justin. All right, here's a trivia question. Who is that guy in the middle? That guy.
There you go. There's your next trivia question.
That looks like a rage guy. Like
He was on lockout. Lockout.
Looks like a Miami guy.
You reading the comments?
Yeah, I am.
Names in green. Look at that guy.
No one even took a guess yet.
Well, there's a lag.
Juan, he said. Dude, no one's gonna get it. It's too obscure.
Juan.
Dude, look, who's that? All right, that's an easy one. Who's that? That guy.
Oh, that's
Don't say it.
Bruno. Bruno
Yeah,
Mars.
you're not
Bruno Mars.
jackass. I'm not asking you.
Did he just give it away?
I said Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars. Oh, here, Kyle Mooney got it. Chad, yeah, Chippewa Chad, you got it.
There
Write
you
it
go.
down. Kyle
That
Mooney.
counts.
There you go.
Yeah. And we'll get one to Bobby Kramer also for Bruno, even though you said that. You said who it was.
Yeah, but I said Bruno Mars. Does it count?
Bobby's already won.
I think give it to Jason Motto. He got it next. Ground Zero versus SC Ironman. Dude, Alex Lundquist right there.
Damn. Where'd you get that TV at? Have you just had it?
I bought it actually for the movie.
Who'd you
It's
say
part
the
of-
next person was? Jason Mono?
Or the movie. Oh no, this is us versus GZ.
Good lord, dude. I was.
That's
what
me
year-
right there.
What year was that?
2002.
Dude, I was 6 years old.
Dude, look at that goon hand. There goes Oliver.
Oh my
Doing
god.
work.
You know what's bothering me out of all this? That JT sticker, how it's like not set up right.
Oh, Oliver didn't get the guy.
On his TV?
Okay,
Yeah,
he got
it's
him.
just like off.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta watch this.
You just get that?
No, I've had it. I just threw this tape in.
They make it on Blu-ray?
I wish. I was thinking about doing some Blu-ray versions of the movie.
That'd be sweet.
I like it. All right, well, yeah,
There was
that's
a
all.
shot
I-
of you actually. I think there was a shot of you, Damian, in the movie. We have like and not the Iron Kids movie, but the other one we're making. There's like a woods ball section.
Uh-huh.
I think there was a shot of you in it.
Sick. I'm all for it.
Yeah. What team you play with over there? Adrenaline or something?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
We're friends with James Graley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, he's a cool guy. I never really got to talk to him. I recently did a little business with them.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, it's good. It's positive.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've always talked
No, it's
about it.
positive, man. I called him. We worked it out.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
Reasonable and nice guy.
Yes. Yeah, he is.
It's a lot different when you talk to someone and you learn about them a little bit and you figure out where they're coming from instead of just,
Assuming.
commenting on some post, hiding behind your computer screen,
Mhm.
Ryan.
Yeah. Well, no, I know. Well, I was a middleman in it. Trust me.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway,
But it was great.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I had a very positive interaction with them.
Yeah, he's a really good dude.
So
That's
adrenaline,
why I stayed on the team. He's awesome. Well, sick. Well, dude, it was good talking to you, man, and I'll see you soon.
dude, great to see you guys.
Yeah, man. You as
You
well.
too.
Sorry this wasn't that much of an entertaining show, but
No.
maybe
No,
something.
wise
something
guy.
about
I
it.
do pretty okay for myself, actually. Damian can attest.
Yeah, he does. All right,
Alex and I have to go off charm.
Huh?
He said, no disrespect, but it's hard finding women your height.
Dude,
No,
Billy Casey, what up? That's my
no,
boy.
most women, I
Capital
think,
Legends speaking.
average or our height are smaller. It's just
Yeah.
like they would prefer to have a little bit taller guy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot out there, especially here in San Diego.
I'm married, bro. I'm locked in.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You definitely
Way
are.
out of my class too. So I'm
Nah.
happy about that.
Nah.
Still one of the, actually the best wedding I ever went to in my life.
That was a
What,
big one.
theirs?
Alex's, yeah.
Nice.
Archie's was a close second.
Archie's was fun.
He said he's going to do a 5-year anniversary wedding party.
Dude, my 10-year anniversary is next year.
Dang.
Dang, dude. You've
So you
been
better do a
locked down for
party.
10 years?
Yeah, maybe we will.
Get the oysters ready.
Oh yeah, Oyster
And we'll-
Chucker.
hey.
I met the guy, and I get him. So my friend has a vodka company, and he does he has a restaurant at his distillery, and he gets the deal on the oyster place, and the oyster guy comes out, and they're like only $1 an oyster, and they're the
Damn.
best.
That's nice.
So we will do that.
Yeah, nice. All right, well, I think that's a wrap. Congrats to all the winners. Don't forget, check out Gen X Sports if you want that Chicago pod deal for $140, 50 pods in a bag. BFP gear with the 10% off discount code I put in the chat up at the beginning. And congrats to all our winners.
Thank
What?
the wise guy. No, I've never had the urge to try another. What are you talking about, bro? It's a two-way street, man.
Congrats, Thomas C.,
Yeah.
Bobby Kramer, Jason Motto, Jared Arturo, Kyle Mooney, and Steve Sandit. Damian?
Minimum wage is too much for me. I prefer ones that don't have jobs.
All right. Well,
Alrighty.
Dude, you guys are the best.
you're the best.
You guys out there.
You
Guys and girls,
subscribers
thank
are the
you for
best.
watching.
Look at that. Another
sorry.
flawless show. No technical difficulties without Ryan
We're
here.
sorry.
That's, I think,
Did,
4
you,
for 4.
did the show start on time?
Show started
Dude,
on time.
perfectly on time.
Hey.
Flawless.
All right.
Look at that. All right. Till next week, everyone.
See ya, boys. And we're out.